Yeah, we back. We're gonna talk about how my guy Farrell, he out here disregarding all of the drama that's been going on, all the hate, something that we all gotta do. It's very difficult to do, but something that we all gotta do, you know, at one time or another. Assume that focus in our lives to create, basically create what we want to create, in this life. So we're gonna see what my man's talking about.
I do want to take some calls. How you doing? Yo, can you bring I just need the speaker, the amp, right? I think I just took it in my bathroom. And I need the iPhone. Now with that being said, right? Thank you very much, good brother. Now with that being said, I want to talk about this shit though, man. I think I do want to talk about it. You feel me? I'm sober right now too. If y'all want, y'all want if it matter. You feel me? But fuck the drama.
What does it matter if my man's sober or not? Why he gotta be in the way that y'all want him to be? I seen a bunch of other videos, people talking about, well, he's, and you'll probably see it in this video. Oh, he's smoking this. Most of y'all is under some type of influence or some type of outside force or substance, whether it's alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, any of these things. I'm quite sure you guys are not straight edge into that point. And if you are, that's cool. I have no problem with that. I'm in that frame of mind and lifestyle now as well. But don't try to nitpick that, oh, he's doing that, but you rolling up some za in the back. You doing that, but, oh, you take a bunch of Adderalls to go to work. Like, come on, bruh. Let's be realistic in what it is that our expectations of ourselves and others are. Nothing but hypocritical things I see people putting out.
Right now, y'all know I've been being positive. I've been drama free. This is not the whorehouse. Despite what people talking about, we chill. And let me tell you, let me even say this right before I go in. Let me say this though. Why did I throw a pool party at my house? Well, I booked a mansion, right? And I answered this before, but I'm gonna say it again. I booked a mansion, you feel me? But the day of the party, when we was on our way there, they didn't let us use it. They canceled on us. Just like when I went to Arizona with Kurt Cocaine, and when we got to the door, they canceled on us. So I'm like, damn, it's all these black people that flew out to come, to my event. I don't want a bunch of black people just wandering the fuck around Texas, okay? They not.
Look, he out here creating group events for people to congregate, have fun safely. Say you don't want the people to just be out here miscellaneously wandering the streets that they might not be familiar with, in communities that may not be familiar with them. But yet, that's a problem. There's something wrong with that. I don't see anything in that aspect of that being something that's, illogical. How is that illogical? How is that something that is, quote unquote crazy or non-censored in the fact that you want to congregate with other young, for the most part, I believe they were younger, like-minded, expansive people in a safe environment? But is that any better than going, or any worse rather than going to a club or going to any of these other mechanisms that we employ to try to meet people and congregate? Social media, like, come on, bro.
So I threw it in my house. It wasn't wandering through the neighborhood. It was very civilized and a very quiet. My neighbors didn't even know I threw a party. So I want to say that. Now let's talk about why. Let's just talk about this though, right? I'm leaving the drama behind me. You feel me? My personal life not gonna be posted on the internet. You feel me? Unless I'm like really official with somebody. You feel me? It's not gonna be posted. But I want to say this though. I'm not in no shit. I'm not in no drama. Man, I'm chilling. I'm a law-abiding goddamn citizen. I'm chilling. I ain't been in a fight or been in no scuffle since I was probably fucking 17, 18, maybe 9.
He ain't been in a fight in over a decade. But y'all keep trying to put these malicious charges and accusations on this man. Like, what is up with that? Is this what y'all get off on? Does this look like the face of a criminal? Does this look like a person who doesn't want to do everything in their power to abide by the laws, the natural laws of man, not just the laws of what we have come to congregate as society, but as natural laws of man, of protecting oneself? Come on.
19, young. I got all that shit out the way young. I have not fought outside of a ring. I ain't even argue with a motherfucker outside of a ring. Yes, I still teach. I'm finna do a PAU soon. And then the rest of them are going on my university. If you don't want to pay me for my teachings at my university, you're not getting them. I'm finna talk about what I'm getting ready to do in a minute. And I'm finna go down my list. But with that being said, I want to say this though. And I'm gonna leave this shit right here. You feel me? Because I'm not racist, but I want to say this though. Now, I did plenty lectures on this shit about how Arab started the slave trade. This ain't no disrespect, you know what I mean, nobody, but Arab started the slave trade.
He's trying to give y'all some knowledge, some grains of knowledge about the etymology of how all these things occur, the origins of these things, the words that you use, the etymology of these words that we're using. I'm not about to take his teachings, but he's basically going to break down how, from his perspective and proper perspective, that, you know, people of this particular faith base were instrumental in the perpetuation of the slave trade, as he said.
Put me way in the back. Said they got me way in the back cell in the corner where can't nobody see you or hear you. Why you got me in that cell on 23-1 lockdown? They got me classified to maximum security 23-1 lockdown. Why? I'm just now coming into jail. I came into jail Monday. They had me goddamn in segregation by 3, 4 in the morning. Why?
And this is a great talking point too. Why is it that this man, maybe, you know, speculating on where he lives now and where he was housed inside of this brief time of incarceration, that it may have been more of a concentration of Caucasians, you know, white people or whatever, but why is he initially off the bat thrown inside of a segregative environment in what he said to be a 23-hour lockdown? He's not a flight risk. He has children in the area. It's not like he's going to escape out of the facility. He hasn't exhibited a danger of being a danger to himself or any of the other inmates being housed there, because he just got there. Is it because of his quote-unquote persona that y'all may think that he may, you know, reach the minds of some of their fellow incarcerated people there and give them some quote-unquote wokeness or knowledge of self to try to get them out of the perpetual cycle that's seemed to encapsulate some of their lives? I'm speculating. Or is it just because he's a black guy with dreads and I think he knows how to fight, so we got to keep him away to the side? Like, really, what is that about? If he were of another nationality or another quote-unquote race, I don't believe you would have done this to this man.
I feel like motherfuckers weren't trying to let me bail out. I feel like somebody was trying to set me up, son. That's how I feel. I feel like somebody was trying to
set him up. Set out his own mouth. I feel like someone were trying to set him up for failure. Again, well, we setting our own people up for failure. You want to try to demean this man, whether he may have had lapses in judgment or had some sort of things in his life that may have made him crumble to a small marginal degree. Who are we to look at a person without fault and not look at our own selves and look like, geez, well, I'm full of faults too. We all got some cracks, but we're all holding it together. Some with super glue, some with tape, but we holding it together.
Set me up, dog. Then I'm like, on my way out the door, it's some nigga. I can't see the nigga. I can't hear the nigga. And no homo. But to me, I believe if you starting with another man, you're gay. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. If you're starting with another man, it's only two things. Either you a hater or you gay. But I don't.
I believe that too. Why we always got to go and just starting with ourselves, being in our own tribe. You know what I'm saying? Our own community. Why is that focally the first thing that we're going to do?
These niggas out here talking about the white man, bitch, I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with it. It ain't nothing I just said.
He said, I ain't got no problem with him. The white man, I ain't got no problem with him. And I can understand what he's saying, that I have problems with people who have poisonous ideologies that go against things that I value and the people that I love and value. You could be any race. Or there may be some certain concentrations in others that may have more of that affinity to that, perhaps. But I agree with that point.
Said out my mouth, the white man.
Not everything you're going to say, though. Most. But not everything. Not everything.
Ain't heard before. So I ain't got no problem with him. And that's since Wyoming. I ain't got no problem with him. I ain't got no problem with him. I never had no problem with him. Matter of fact, when I was doing my thing at that time, white man, the one who made my flag, I got it right there in that. So I ain't got no problem with it. Y'all niggas go do that. I don't have no problems with law enforcement. Y'all niggas go do that. Bitch, I'm not out here living illegal. So y'all can call me broke or whatever you want to call me. Bitch, I still to this day have more money than you. And you don't need to be worrying about how much money I got or I'm about to get.
I feel you. Y'all talking about he broke, everybody else broke, this and that broke, Master P, this and anybody that y'all don't know or but deep down inside want to be. They still got more money than you. How much money do you got? Do you have big, small, tall? Everyone's going to be different viewing upon the perspective of what it is that we have. A millionaire isn't shit to a billionaire. You know, corporations who now basically maneuver in the world like entire countries have trillions of dollars. You don't think that they're looking down on a person with $1 billion or $1 million the same way that you might look at a person in the street, though you might have a few thousand. You might not even have tens. You might have like 5,000, but you're looking crazy at the man at the corner trying to get some change because you think he don't have that. Meanwhile, you got like 10,000, 20,000. Like, that ain't nothing, man. I don't care. You got 100,000. That still ain't nothing in totality of what existence is as human beings. It's a speck of sand out here, man.
All you need to worry about is when you see anything with all black and that hieroglyphic, beautiful goddamn, whatchamacallit, prints on it. Y'all know how we rocking. Y'all know how we rocking. Y'all know it's me. Y'all know it's the great one. You feel me? So I want to say this though. One last good time, man. I'm about to go out here and ball. ATEN Nation. CIA approved official up close. I ain't gonna miss you. Fuck nigga was the action.
Let that man ball. Everybody should be in that same way too. Like y'all want ball. Like y'all want to live good. Why can't people live good, bruh? Why can't we all live good and then encourage each other to live good as well? I don't get it.
downloaded that Star Wars shit on
Bro, Star Wars Battlefront 2. That shit hard, bro.
And who don't like Star Wars? Get your life together. You don't like Star Wars or ninjutsu. Better download Sifu or something. Stop stressing about the next man. See, he having fun.
Shit hard.
Just add me on PS4. I'm X King.
My nigga, DM me right now on Instagram, bro. I'm going to get on Star Wars as soon as I get off this line.
For sure. And let me see what else I gotta say to the haters. Shit. But yeah, I'm in Mobile though, fool. I'm trying to get me and my niggas right, fool. We trying to get trained up and shit, fool. Like, I'm locked in because, fool, I love my ancestors, but on God, I do.
Man, listen, I'm about to see.
So he can connect them with the community, talking about how the ancestors is connecting. That man before might not have been, I'm just, again, speculating, he might not have been of that ilk, or to think about where the origins of his lineage may have came from, to know where he's going. You know, that's the anchor, that's the North Star, that the true north, to let you know where you're going is your past. And he gave him and many other people, I'm sure, that same knowledge of self, to give them that true north and direction.
I'm about to work on my record, get my record and shit cleaned up, shit like. Whether I'm broke, you don't know if I'm broke or not. But even if I am broke, I probably got more money than you, so I'm not broke compared to you. Exactly. And then for two, I'm happy though, so it doesn't matter though. So you know what I'm saying? I'm happy. So even if I am broke,
see, like he giving you a real gem right there. Maybe it was intentional or not. I don't care if he's broke. He's got more money than you, but that's an aside point. He's still happy. He still has joy. More importantly, or more accurately to state it, he still has joy. Joy in his heart. He can still laugh, smile, go out, be productive in society, still disseminate knowledge on here to the masses who, listen to what he's saying, and not with a frown on his face. I don't think I've ever really seen him on here with a frown on his face. Even when he said some stuff that might have been outlandish, he still didn't have no frown on his face. Still was happy, elated. But they don't like you to be that way.
I'm happy. But with that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate you, Brody. Thank you for calling in. I'm going to hit the next caller.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have a good one, bro.
All right, now, you too. Peace, family. Thank you for calling into my live stream. State your name, where you calling from, and let me know how you feeling.
Peace, Apparel. This shot G, man. Hey, appreciate you taking the call. I want to say the future of
See, you're getting love from everybody on it. Nobody that got on here that was saying something that wasn't like something positive. But they're trying to assassinate you. And don't let that be something that happens to you. Anybody who hears that, listen to that. Realize that there's more to just this life, more than just this existence, than just these circumstances that people want to be able to just liken upon us. You can still have joy. You can still have optimism. If you don't have these things and motivation as well, like your soul will die. You can see that in people, even older people that have that maintainment. They have youthfulness, not only just in their spirit, but oftentimes in their bodies. I see people, I'll go to the park to go work out. It be dude 60, 70 years old. He doing more pull-ups than I can do, running more laps. I'm in awe. Then I'll see people that may be in their 30s, 40s or something like that, even 20s, and they look horrible. They look horrible because of their own lack of discipline or their exhibition of that discipline and just maintaining just overall joy in your spirit. So my grandma used to always try to tell me and impart into me as far as knowledge base is to maintain this elation in your spirit. If you maintain that joy, not too much of anything can really like falter you, man. Like not too much of anything can falter you. And I want to look at this other little video real quick. It's from Kwame Brown. But like kind of correlates, I believe, to the same type of things that we're discussing now. It says this was yesterday, a few hours ago. And just want to get it to a point. Now, see, there's 4 people on here. Of course, Mr. Brown. And it's the 704 guy. Got OG Kevin. And we got C. Hunter. Now, C. Hunter is, from his own admission, I believe he'll speak on this. He's a programmer, self-taught, self-motivated, owns many different companies, is abroad now teaching that, as well in his own community, teaching these same things. But I just want to be able to like exhibit like how these other guys and I'm not even including Kwame in that, although he might have had a divergent opinion in him at times. He's pretty much just lets them talk. But just how that he's speaking of more expansive things, but at the same time is like, don't nobody want to hear that. But it's going to become the prevalent reality, can't even say in the next 10, 20 years, probably in the next 2 or 3.
They put themselves in situations where men are supposed to stand up and have some kind of honor about how you project
Kevin's behind my box, so
man.
you can't see him like that, but he's to the bottom right.
Objective
talking.
and the things that you've been talking about from day one. And this is what's actually has been lost in the Black community. I've taught all of my kids that I've been training as a coach and as a mentor. And when you say grabbing up some kids, let me tell you something. The toughest kids in the neighborhood love me the most because the one thing that I gave them was something that they never had, was a male figure that was not willing to accept.
Yeah, I respect what OG talking about right here. I'm kind of mad I can't see him because my video box is obstructed him. So I'm going to just show you just so you can look at it. This OG right here with the glasses on. On the far right here. Bottom right. Talking some real fundamental things, that grassroots things that bigger brother, older mentor, OG in the corner of the block that tell you what's that from that. I learned from these people. I have a father. I love my father. My father is very close to me, but I also learned many other things from his brothers, and even more so than that, individuals in the street who gave me another avenue of perspective on how to employ these sort of lessons that, the people essentially around me might not have been privy to.
Whatever they wanted to do, but by me instilling things that they needed to understand about what it takes to get through life. And this is what you're teaching. Once you learn how to get through life, that'll set you up for how your beginnings was in order to get through this life that we're dealing with. You are such a strong entity as a human being, number one. Listen to you talk reminds me of the men that I grew up with when I was young. And I've been around some great Black men that wouldn't allow anything to happen outside of what the community was necessary for us to grow.
I like what OG's talking about. He's solid.
That was raised. We still have a little house nigga in us. I ain't saying me.
Now, this dude with the aluminum chains on, I don't feel what he's talking about.
Like what Gerald Smith said about the NBA players. Like, why we never reach back? We still got that in us. We're not used to helping each other as far as the masses. That's why ain't nobody teaching them to see. So I can't blame, as far as like the guy earlier said, he had 2 guys, couldn't even change the battery posts. Couldn't get the screws off the battery posts. That falls back on us. Right. Because, and another thing I got a problem with Black people, they too quick to ask for a handout. See, expect politicians to give you something, to shut them up. See, they know the game, how to play it. Give them a couple dollars, give them a little stimulus check. They don't realize you're stuck. Matter of fact, all you're doing is kicking the can down the road. See what I'm saying? So I'm kind of chiming in on both of you, but it's more for the for OG. You know what I'm saying? I also wanted to chime in what you were saying, brother. But go ahead, my fault.
Okay,
so I'm gonna let y'all go back.
Okay, just Mr. 704.
Talk to me.
Okay.
Hold on, brother. Not to cut you off. Let's let Brother Hunter get his point across real quick.
And I was asking a question about that because I noticed when Mr. Kevin came on as well, Mr. Kevin, when he referred to certain Black men, he referred to them in such a disparaging way as well. So I'm curious, why is it that Blacks that are not necessarily on our side right now, why are they treated so harshly? Because I think it's pretty harsh when you're like, saying that they have a dick, but they're more of a female, when you're calling somebody a house nigga, which is something that was called, we were called niggas for such a long time. Why are we calling each other that? I don't want to.
This right here is just such a solid point. A lot of the elders too, and I'm not gonna say for the most part, but a lot of it I do agree with the man that's in the far right corner and what he's saying, but terminology, you need to be able to be universal with these things. No, I think and I'm not gonna play the whole video because this is like 3 hours some video, 2 hours still, and I put it in the middle. 2 hours still left. We'll vilify and separate different people because of the words that they use. Like you'll vilify younger people because you say they use these words too often, but then you employ them themselves. Will say these words like the N-word and stuff like that over and over, but then we'll look at it like, well, they ain't supposed to say it, or no, you young man, you're not supposed to say that, or young lady, or this person from another group, and I mean another group, a quote-unquote race. You're not supposed to say these things, but I can say these things to you. But when I say these things, I'm using it as a teaching tool or as a euphemism for something grander. Like, come on. You need to be able to segue from different avenues. Me, and I think that's what they try to attack this dude, the Hunter dude, about, like, he's made from their perspective be like more of a demure, docile, he's not a street dude. Well, the street dudes, yeah, we did that outside to those outside, but we also smart, and I do coding and graphic design, web development, as well as the other stuff that I did. And I didn't learn it from people that were around me. It's something that I added it into. Whether it's I went and got the information, seeked it out, sought it out. But I also Because I ain't gonna put that part. Well, I might. It's not too far away. That talk about, well, do you know, well, who fixes something in your house? Or do you know this is your car? No, I don't call nobody for nothing, bruh. Because I was giving them same things as well around me to be able to, like, yeah, I could see my grandpa, he did this stuff, so and so. So it ain't like you just be a nerd dude or just a hands-on dude or a street dude. You could be all the above. You can encompass all of the facets, the best of all of these things to one person. You know, the one package. But we'll try to single out these things because many of us, we try to liken things to what we think are familiar. And when things aren't familiar to us, we like push away from these things, maybe even repulse from these things because it's quote unquote foreign to us. But no, you do need to know these coding entities as well as you need to know how to be able to change the tire on your car or cut the grass or change the fuse in your fuse box if it goes out, right? Me, myself, I looked at it like I seen a generation of people around me who destroyed their bodies doing this manual labor for, in the grand scheme of things, not the most amount of money. And they sacrificed their time and their bodies, the two most important things, health and time and health. And I've seen a lot of other people get paid, like lawyers, get paid off of words. The mastery and manipulation of words. Exponential amount of money. Uncapped, basically. I've seen how I can do a few things on a keystroke or automate or train my brain to interpret these difficult things to be able to go and make uncapped amount of money. And an uncapped amount of freedom, which is more important to me. Freedom of time and freedom of what is how I utilize myself. So don't demean someone or ridicule or separate someone because we all the same tribe. Everyone on the screen is of the same ilk. Maybe not the same region in the world or the country, but we all chocolate American. Things that, you know, people just don't ever try to utilize, man. And it's like, come on. Because you don't want to do it or you don't understand it doesn't mean it's wrong. Because you don't know about Phantom Mainnet or AVAX. You know, you don't know about diversified DAOs and VCs. Don't mean that your kid should. And I purposely didn't say like Bitcoin and all that other shit, because those have become buzzwords that have become more of a trend or a fad. They talk about NFTs and think about stupid pictures. They don't think about the deed to your house, the contract you sign when you go in to an agreement for a business agreement, your license, all these things, your marriage certificate, all these things will encompass that technology, but that's another story.
We had
kind of derail the conversation, but I just noticed it that when you guys say it, it's like there's a certain level of commitment to you guys saying it, and I'm like, you get what I'm saying?
I got you, brother. I'm gonna help you out. Prime example. Anytime you hear Kwame say they send people for you and they usually send your kind, that's what I mean by house nigga. When they got white people who got something they want to say, they get a Stephen A. Smith to say it for them. That's called a house nigga. That's called a Sambo. He's buck dancing for that because they don't want to say it themselves. So and also you notice I'm kind of I understand what OG was saying, but I'm still kind of disagreeing by saying whoa. I don't agree with that blame game stuff. You know what I'm saying? I blame ourselves in the greediness of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we have a lot of money. If you look at the Black community, we have a lot of Black celebrities because we kind of dominate. We dominate entertainment.
Building. You got to build your community up. Because if nobody, because you can't expect. All right, check this out. Who paid most of the money into taxes? White people, right?
Who paid most of the what? I'm sorry.
Oh, and this dude right here, not the segue because I need to have a good build, but this dude right here, you's a bitch. Stop pom-pomming, man. And I'm not saying that because you're helping dude out, because I like Kwame. I'm saying that because I think you be on. Yeah. You feel me?
Money that goes into tax revenue.
But now, back to the video.
I'm not talking federal. I'm talking at the local level. The local level, right?
We only have federal where I'm from, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I'm saying
we don't have state tax.
I'm trying to break it down, for example.
Right.
Okay, who own the most houses? Who own the most property? They pay a property tax on it, right? So they have a say-so in where their tax dollars go. So we can't get mad and say, oh, they're taking all the money to the suburbs. This is America. They got a right to do that. So we can't complain. We can say, well, maybe we need to buy more houses. People need to be more smart than money. Don't waste money on the belts. Don't get up.
People can complain, and they should. Voice your opinion. Voice your opinion.
An overpriced car that you're paying $12 a month, and you only make $50,000 a year. You see what I mean? No, it's.
Hey, hold on, 704. Hold on, 704. I gotta say this so I can hear my show on somebody else's show.
Yeah.
I don't want to play that part because he's about to get at this other dude, and I ain't got nothing to do with the bill.
I'm trying to make sure you're not.
No, he's not.
What I mean? Because you throw it out like that. That's what I'm saying.
This is the other dude, Kevin, too. That was instructed earlier.
I didn't get to finish making my point. When I talked about me studying social media
my video. Your viewpoint from my video.
I was trying to finish a point and you stopped me and I let go. But I didn't get to finish.
Bro, listen. I'm not finished talking about what you said earlier about Black people.
I did, but I didn't finish making my point.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't finish making my point. So all I was saying was that I study social media because it's a domain my company's going into. And I noticed that a lot of these negative interactions that we're having with each other are mostly when we're in the social media spotlight.
No, it's not.
I've done a survey. It costs a lot of money to do it. And people,
bro. Let me ask you.
Let the man speak. Not saying you gotta agree with him, but let him expound on his point, and then you give a retort.
Question: where does your philosophies come from? Let me ask you. Because the generational gap right here, right?
Right. Yes, there is. Yes.
I personally grew up in the late 50s. Okay.
Right.
So now I grew up around, the Panther movement. I grew around a strong man. You heard me say I never said nothing about cooning, right? What I said about there's a lot of men who have dicks, right? But they're not men. Do you understand what I mean by that?
I get it, but
Wait.
Well, I understand. I understand the point. I understand the point Mr. Kevin's trying to make. Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is your philosophies that you grew up on before you started all of this social media and you went to the tech? What philosophy did you grow up on? Did you listen to any Malcolm X's, Marcus Garvey's, or certain people growing up that instill certain beliefs in?
Man, I did all that. I was in the street, and I'm sold on ice, bro. Eldridge Cleaver, bro. Man, I can't even say they would try to do my channel dirty, man. But I light you on fire. You hear me? Come on.
You're saying it's great from a different aspect, but when it comes time for boots on the ground, are you a boots on the ground type of guy? Moving forward, as far as moving in today's society, these kids are so jacked up. I've trained and dealt with more kids and mentored more kids over the last 30-something years. And hear what I'm telling you. If I had a conversation with these kids' parents of the kids that I dealt with, literally thousands of kids now, I'm not trying to front and I'm not trying to play no game of I'm here to just pretend. I've dealt with thousands of kids from the hood. Bed-Stuy, I've dealt with Brownsville, I've dealt with East New York. If anybody knows these.
East Style in New York, that's why I don't want to hear nothing.
It's more or less to say that this is what we need. I'm happy that you're doing the work. I myself do charity work, not just in America, but I also go to Ghana and help out. I started IT programs in Ghana, in Thailand, in the Philippines, in America as well. I've paid for kids to go to university.
So here's what you do, right?
So why he just wanted to say his point. Why not expound on that? Because that's some major shit, right? Not to say what he's doing, the other guy isn't doing anything that's major either, but bro, he's doing some major things. Things that, like, I would think from what he's saying, he's doing things on a more boots sort of ground level. I would want to incorporate some of these facets into that. Because not every kid's going to want to be able to do that shit that he may be wanting to teach them, as far as, not the methods, but they might not want to learn how to do no auto mechanics or some welding or something. They might want to learn the code and be more profitable at that.
Here's what you do. Being that Mr. Brown is on this search to try to do what he's trying to do, why don't you hook up with Mr. Brown with all the stuff that you do in Ghana and all the other places that you go? Why don't you DM Mr. Brown in his box? Why don't you hook up and start a mentoring program or a coding program or whatever you're doing, right, with Mr. Brown, and give him the information that he needs coming from you? And then y'all could hook up in certain cities where you could come and you can give what's necessary of all of the information that you're giving all around the different areas that you're going to. Now, that would be something that would be very productive, okay? The last thing I want to say is this here, right? How old is your father?
My father is about 60 years old.
Where's your father from?
Originally from Tuskegee.
Tuskegee, right? You said, so your mother's from Barbados?
Yes.
Okay. My mother's mother was from Florida, which that's where Dow Dawkins is from. My mother's father was from that standpoint. You now take on the reign of being the educational person of your father's lineage. You understand what I'm telling you? Now you say how.
Yeah, that I would agree. Wait, one second. Let me address that one thing. I would agree completely if our culture handled things the way other cultures do. Like, for example, with the Chinese.
The culture would. Hold up a second.
That's not our culture, though, bro.
May I finish right quick?
They don't even want to let the man talk. It's like it's 2.5 people against one.
I'm gonna be quick. I'm not gonna.
I would have been disengaged.
With the Chinese, for example, they do what exactly you said. They have resources for their kids. They expect their kids to master it, and then their kids become a subject matter expert. It doesn't work like that in the Black communities. As everybody knows, Black parents always want to be domineering and be in control. It's kind of where we have an issue.
No. They're not.
Well, we miss Google. My dad missed Google. I told my dad Google was a good investment. He didn't invest in it.
Bro.
I agree with that.
Domineering and controlling. and also
Yeah.
they stick together more. So it's actually the opposite. Black parents.
I'm sorry, say again, the last part.
Listen, bro. Our parents didn't have time to teach us, and guess what? Their parents didn't help them do their homework. Their parents didn't buy them a tutor.
That's
So
the
they just going
problem, though,
along with
Mr.
what they got. They got
704. That's the problem.
That's the problem, bro. Dude with the MySpace picture, default picture, bro. He shouldn't have been in this. It should have just been these three, or maybe these two, because he's just watching and observing what they're doing. The spaces are Kwame, but he just interjecting just some basura, draga.
She's at the gym.
Okay, is your wife in the same town or the same area that you in right now?
Yes, she is. Yes.
You said you own 5 houses, right?
No, 4. You have 5.
Right. You own 4 houses.
Right.
Do you, where you are right now, are you in the location of all of your houses where you can go and do all of the work right now that needs to be done?
No.
So if you had to call somebody and say, hey, man, I'm over here in Thailand, I'm over in China, I'm over in Hungary, I'm over in Venezuela. Listen, I have a problem in this house, I need it to be done. Are you going to take a flight?
He's speaking very condescendingly. Oh, I missed that part. Take it back.
Back leg, the receptacles is lower and the receptacles is higher, and the pipes is this, and the plumbing is all out of disorder. None of that stuff. The wire, everything is done professionally. You hear what I'm telling you? And me that knows how to do it, right? You say you in Thailand or wherever you are. Do you have a wife, or do you have a fiance or a woman that you deal with?
I'm married.
Huh?
Married, yeah. Yes, I'm married. I have a wife.
Okay. Is your wife with you right now?
No, she's at the gym.
Okay. Is your wife in the same town or the same area that you in right now?
Yes, she is. Yes.
You said you own 5 houses, right?
No, 4. You have 5.
Right. You own 4 houses.
Corrected him.
Right.
Do you, where you are right now, are you in the location of all of your houses where you can go and do all of the work right now that needs to be done?
No.
So if you had to call somebody.
OG didn't like being corrected. Earlier, he asked the dudes, or they were asking him, you know, are you able to do things in your home and this and that? And he's like, yeah, I know how to do stuff in my home. I trained to do that. And he just said he's an island dude. Most of them have that type of, you know, multi-dimensional thing. Like they come from elementary school with a trade, you know? So it's like, it's very pushed. Like, you be kids that are carpenters and mechanics and all of that. But he says, how many houses you got? Well, you have a house. No, he says, do you have a house? This dude says, no, I have 4. Then this dude said, oh, I have 5. So that was some cappery right there. The guy behind my video, dude, he says some cappery right there. Some Kaepernick. It seemed like he was kind of not feeling that. Like it was competition, bravado type stuff.
And say, hey, man, I'm over here in Thailand, I'm over in China, I'm over in Hungary, I'm over in Venezuela. Listen, I have a problem in this house, I need it to be done. Are you going to take a flight to go do it, or are you going to get somebody else to do it for you and pay them?
Somebody else would do it, yes.
Okay, so now I just made the point I was trying to make with you the first time, brother.
What was that?
Is like the brother Kwame Brown said, and like 704 said, there's other things outside of coding. My grandson is 10 years old. See, I don't like to play these. I got to tell you my whole life story here. My 10-year-old grandson is going into coding.
I didn't downgrade anything. You're making it seem like I'm downgrading the other work. All I said was that there's a gold rush for tech right now. Tech is it right now. Tech is making a lot of money. Why aren't more of us in tech? That's all I'm saying.
He basically just said it right there. It's a big old bag of cash right here, and everybody else is grabbing it except for us. Why? Now I can't even say black people because you go to Nigeria, they won Africa period. They one of the leading sectors in tech. Dudes is building wireless, self-powered TVs and cars. Like, I'm gonna do that in another video because dudes is getting it in. Why is it here in America we're slacking?
Okay, let me ask you a question, brother. Why we all not in something? I'm not going to answer that question.
Even Bitcoin. If you bought Bitcoin like 5 years ago, you'd have a lot of money right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but how can it help you 5 years ago? We talking about now.
Listen,
Well, this is what I'm saying. We need to be more educated on these things. Is my.
You talking about? We ain't talking about 5 years ago. We talking about now. Like, bruh, you're trying to get you now. There's other things now that you can utilize and invest in, and have ideas and how to maneuver in your benefit that are even bigger than what that is or what that was at that time. I mentioned a few of them earlier. I ain't gonna mention them again because this ain't about that. I ain't gonna get too much game on this video because this is just talking about how just people just don't want to hear divergent ideas, and we just encapsulate, like we seen what Farrell was talking about. They're pretty much illustrating it right here.
Point. We need to push these to our kids.
Man, dude. Man,
not you, though. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about us as a whole. You keep personalizing what I say. Us as a whole, we are not as tech savvy as we should.
I'm talking about you and how and what you're talking about. You ain't making it. First, a second ago, you said.
How am I not making any sense saying we need to be more technical? We need to be in these domains. How is that not making sense?
Come on, though. Listen now, Cap. Now, Hunter. Now a second ago, you were saying, well, all the man trying to make a point by saying you're gonna need somebody to work in your house. Oh no,
OG lady right here. She telling y'all, and she's an older lady. She telling them like he never said that was the only thing. Never said it. He's just trying to bring it into, the orbit that everyone else can gravitate to. Like, hey, there's here. That's like saying, oh, you don't eat pizza. No, you can have some hamburgers too.
I do the housework. I put up baseboards. I put up ground holding. I do the electrical work. What's wrong with that? Why is that bad that I said I do?
Nobody cares if you do it, but you can't do it.
He asked me.
He never asked.
He did. He said, who does it in your house?
Dude, you don't listen, brother. He asked you.
I'm so confused right now.
At your house, you said, would you get somebody to do it? You say, no, because I do it myself. Then come find out you in Thailand. But then so he asked you again, he said, well, since you're over there, will you fly over here and do it yourself? You say, no, I will hire somebody. So who's making more?
Even the comments are smarter than these people on the thing.
Typically when you're in a housing community, you have a homeowners association.
Dude, the comments are saying they want to learn and they want to argue their mentalities against him. I wouldn't even have, he's all right for trying to still have that conversation, but I'd have been closed off. His body language is exhibiting he's been closed off from anything you're saying. And you can't see him, you just see this bullshit picture, but just his whole way of speaking and interjecting and speaking over people, he ain't trying to hear what you're trying to say.
You pay a fee, and then they have maintenance.
And still...
But what does that have to do with the whole argument? I never said that manual work was not it. All I'm saying is that there's a lot of easy money to be made in tech. Why are we not in tech as Black people? You go to Africa, you go to Namibia, you go to Ghana, you go to Nigeria. They are on it. They are making money from tech. Why are we not?
That's the whole point. Why are all these other countries, he said all Black countries, some of them, they might not be knowledgeable to know where they are in Central and West Africa, dominating the space quietly. Why is it that American Black people, all we know how to do is take pictures on Facebook and argue on YouTube for checks? Like what I guess these two guys are somewhat exhibiting. Or do drill videos, and I'm all with the drill. Shout out my boy Nas Blicky, all of them, 22 G's, all that. I'm with that, you feel me? Young boy, Quando all that, you heard me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's not the only avenue. He's talking about constructing the highway, owning the highway. They're just talking about the cars on the highway. Like, yeah, I know how to fix and create my car, but you still gotta fucking drive that shit on the road, right? Still gotta drive that on the road. Gotta pay taxes to get onto the road. He wants, or is instilling, how do you own the road that everything has to travel on? Come on, man.
Why is it bad for me to ask that? Why is it bad for me to want to push that? Why am I getting so much resistance from both of you guys? I don't understand. This is why I'm confused. I think I'm saying something.
Is it that they are part of an agenda? These two guys? Guy with Mr. T chains on, and Mr. Kevin, who you can't see too good because they might be obstructing him. Why is it that y'all so adversarial to that? Are you against growth and development?
Listen. First of all, name one time somebody said don't go into coding. No, nobody ever said
But you shifted. You pivoted towards manual work when I didn't talk about manual work. I'm talking about coding. You shifted towards something I wasn't talking about.
Bro,
I didn't say nothing bad about manual work. Manual work is very important. My father did manual work. His father did manual work. There's nothing bad about it. But there's more money to be made in tech. Why can't we go there? Why can't we encourage our next generation to be in coding? Why is it just the Jews, the Chinese, and the white? Why can't
Why?
Dude.
Why is it that? Why can't we grow? Everybody don't want to learn how to just fix a car. Or man some oil. Cut grass. Now there's anything wrong with it. I did that before I ever did anything else for a job. But it's more than that. It's always ever expansive. There's no reason why we should be the last for everything. Don't let your hubris, don't let your ego, your stubbornness, or fear of learning prevent that from being true. Like this man said, I didn't even look at it. He said, very true, the bottom.
Dude, listen, you arguing with yourself, dude.
I feel I'm getting a lot of resistance from you, Mr. 704.
How are you getting resistance, man? All I said was a point.
You're always contrary to what I'm saying, and you're not telling me how what I'm saying is wrong.
Dude, listen, bro. You got to learn how to listen too, man. You asked me why I'm getting so much resistance. I started talking, and then you start back talking again.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm saying is, we never said kids shouldn't go into training, coding. I never said.
Dude can't even say the word, right? B&Z, kids can't go to training in code.
Kids shouldn't go into it. You said that's the only thing they need to be focusing on.
No, I didn't say that. Did not.
And he never said that this entire time. And he's on here for more than an hour speaking. He never said that. Even that other woman who put a comment up said, he never said that was the only thing.
I say that.
Oh, okay then. Well, if you didn't say that, you should have understood what I was saying then.
No, that's not what I didn't say.
Because I said going to coding and then going to other stuff too.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
You're right. But the thing about it is these things are not pushed to us. You know what I mean? We're taught to be athletic. We're taught to sing and we're taught to dance. This is what they push on us. They don't push us to be the brains. Having your own platform like this is having a lot of power, and they don't push us and we don't push ourselves.
That's what we're trying to do now, though. We're trying to find a, but we can't.
People listening to us think we're arguing about these things, though. If you look at the comments.
Correct. He's reading the room. They think that you're arguing these things instead of finding a correlation and then facilitating that to the people that are watching, perpetuating the idea that although these men may have divergent ideals of how to get something done, they can unify to find a common ground to get something done. not go into a circle of, well, you said, man, come on, bro.
They think we're debating this.
No, I'm
When,
trying to
when we shouldn't be
honestly,
debating it. People think we're
honestly, I think
debating
you're
it.
being disingenuous. I don't think you're listening. I think you got some talking points that you want to get a point, and then you're thinking that.
No, not at all. You guys have a lot of insight, and I respect a lot of your insight. If I have questions, I want to be able to ask the question before we get too far down the road, because I have missed a lot of questions that I have because we've gotten too far. Mr. Kevin was
I know what you're
talking,
listening.
and I like listening to Mr. Kevin, so I listen to him and I forget what I'm saying. I listen to you, I also forget my point as well.
I'm saying no, because I'm freestyling. See, you must got something written down like we robots.
Well, I do write down some of my points so I don't lose the.
He said, you must got something written down like we robots. What? What? Because he has specific points, a plan of action in which he wanted to execute to get this information across, he's a robot for preparation? Yeah, this dude, come on, bro.
To give you guys a chance to speak.
Listen, you're supposed to have enough intellectual dexterity to move around.
Oh, come on. Why are you going to do that? Come on. Is that necessary?
Now he want to try to sound smart. Supposed to have enough intellectual dexterity. Come on, bro. You've exhibited none. No versatility. None.
Is that necessary?
Dexterity means what?
You just insulted me, and you think that that's okay.
You should do it.
You just insulted me.
How?
You said that I should have enough intellectual ability to remember all my stuff.
I know.
That's what you just said.
Dexterity.
No, that's not what you said.
That is exactly what I said. I said intellectual dexterity.
All right, Mr. Kevin, it was a pleasure speaking to you, sir. Mr. 704, have a great day, sir. You guys have a good one.
Don't run.
Now, how you gonna say don't run when y'all attacked that man? And all he wanted to do was bring some knowledge and a positive discourse. All y'all did was attack the dude. All y'all did was attack the dude. All y'all did was attack the dude. Like, come on, bro. Y'all is trash, bro. Trash. But man, at the whole end of the time, man, just live, man. Don't strike each other down. Don't silence voices because they're contrary to what you may believe. There's more than one way to get to the destination. Utilize each other, because that's what these other coaches, I guess they are speaking like we are rivals with, are doing that. But we're not. Before we go in there, yeah, I got hurtblessings.com can bring you here too. But I'm just going to show you a store on Amazon worldwide. Just look up Hurt Blessings Apparel. You can see any of these designs. You know, we got merch out here. Massa Musa, bestseller right here. You know, good fabrics. I know everybody being on Amazon, so you can get it anywhere you are. It's no problem. It's no problem. It's no problem. Great clothing. Affordable prices, as you can see. That should even be a little more. I don't know why that's so cheap. That should be a little more. But yeah, man. Work together, man. You're not all against each other, man. Hurt blessings. We falling from grace. People want to clip our wings, but we still gonna do all things. Like, live life, man. Get your girl, hold her, let her know she complete you, you know? Let her know she complete you. Like, be real. Just be kind to each other, man. You ain't gonna be kind. Be ruthless. Be ruthless for real. Not fake ruthless. See behind the facade, man. That's what these brothers couldn't do. Yeah, man, I just wanted them to do that belt. Put a light on, you know, what Pharaoh was talking about. And I guess it correlated to what Kwame was talking about, too. But yeah, just check us out, man. Matter of fact, let's show you that before we go to. Go to hurtblessings.com. You click this link here, it takes you right to that store. You know, darkness is our candle, man. We still see. And, you know, you can help out our cause, donate right here. It's another extension to the store. We got NFTs, some music as well, you know, all that. But you guys, just check us out, man. Stay safe. Check out hurtblessings.com too.